Hi, welcome everybody to 𝒂𝒂💏 on English. Thank you so much for being here another week, and I just want to come and let you guys know that today is going to be about the introduction. I was wondering why would people not send me so many stories, and then I came to realize that it was because, well, I never did an introduction of the podcast of whatever this is going to be of. And I just really wanted to tell everybody, I don't want this podcast to be so much about me, but about people's stories, of course, and like their voices and their stories, like what people go through. And so that's why I never did an introduction, because I was like, well, this channel is not gonna be about me, but something has to give, you know. So yes, a quick introduction about me. I'll start with me, and then I'll say how echosofcarmen came to happen. So me, I was born and raised in Tijuana, Mexico. I was born there, and then I moved out of there when I was 18. After that, I moved to California, LA, to the States. I moved to the States, and I've been living there for 11 years. This year would have been 12, but I'm gonna be for like a year and a half in Spain. I am in Spain right now at the moment, but I moved there when I was 18. After a year, I became Christian. Jesus Christ, my savior. And then after that, I remember like either like 2 or 3 people like prophesied over me that I will be involved with like the media, or that like people will be buying my dialogues, like the stuff that like the things that I write off, I guess, or like the things that I write. And I mean, it made a little sense, because I mean, I've been writing since I have memory of like poems, and I've always like poetry, I've always like philosophy, now theology, that I'm Christian. What else? Oh yeah, and like even then when I was little, in Mexico, they used to do like this little thing where they will publish kids, like kids will compete and like send their stories, and if your story won't, then you will be published in a book that is published every year of kids like poetry, or like kids tales or stuff like that. I won. I don't even remember what was the story that I sent, to be honest. I think it was like one about like my mom like moving to the States and me staying after my parents' divorce. I'm not sure, but yeah, it was some, I don't remember, but it was published. The book was called Their Voices Matter, which is Las voces, sus voces también cuentan, and yeah, so I have a published story, and I don't even remember. I think it was like the version of 2003. Not sure. I tried to get the book before, but it's not available, so there it is. I only have the little certificate that like my story was published on the version of 2003 or 2002. I have like a little bit of a memory sometimes. So yeah, that's one of them. That's how basically I knew that I had to be doing this. But for a long time, because I've been like on the public eye for a little bit, when I used to model, and then when I used to like sing at the worship team, and like to like the same church but different groups. I don't know, it just makes me really nervous to be on the public eye, because then people talk, and sometimes it gets to me, sometimes it doesn't, and then it's been something that I've been having to deal with, and like to outgrow, you know, to be a better person. And here I am. Being here honestly makes me really nervous. I was saying on the Spanish version that, and when I said that, it really like, I felt that my chest closed off when I started saying it, because I don't think I usually let people know that I get nervous with like social interactions. People usually think that I'm like very confident and stuff, but it's something I am, but I'm not. Anyways, that's the whole reason why I waited so long to be doing something like this. even though I was prophesied that that I was gonna be involved with like the media and with writing stuff. That was all that was said to me. So I was like, well, thank you, because you know I didn't want it to be in the public eye, but it is what it is, and I'm trying to be obedient because I felt that right now was basically kind of like, well, it's either this or it's nothing, and here I am. So yes, here I am trying to be obedient and trying to make this little space of hope and faith that I've been wanting to make. So that's a little bit about me. What else? I've done like so many type of different jobs. I've done IT, I've done electronics, I've done management, assistant stuff. Oh my god, it's just so many things. I've been a cashier, I've been a barista. I've worked at Amazon in 2 different times, 2 different jobs. Yeah, honestly, it's been a wild ride this past 10 years since I moved to the States. My first job ever was modeling, and yeah, that was nice. What else? So, how I wanted to create 𝒂𝒓𝒅𝒏. Around 2022, I started having this really kind of like a little call, you know, like I could feel it in my heart that I really wanted to start like recording interviews with people that I know, with like family members or people that are neighbors, co-workers, because I feel that sometimes their stories were like so extraordinary, you know, because people think that we are ordinary people, we have no stories to tell, but you do, and your stories also matter, because you don't have to be famous in order to have a life that makes a difference, or a life that has miracles, or a life that is worth telling. And this is how I kind of like started having the urgency to make this, right? But I moved a lot since I moved to the States. I moved almost every year. I moved for the past 10 years, 11 years. And if it was not from state, it was just from home. And it's hard when you move so much. And I've also moved out of state, so sometimes I just didn't have the people that I wanted to record or that I wanted to interview at the moment. And you know, like traveling is a little expensive sometimes, so yeah. But thanks, because I've moved so much, I've also known so many people and so many stories, and that's how I was like, you know, their stories need to be valued a lot more than what the media does, because I feel like the media only covers like famous people, and we're famous to have done like really extraordinary stuff. But I mean, you don't have to be doing extraordinary things to have an extraordinary life, I feel like, because sometimes even just like waking up can be a miracle, or just a way, like maybe sometimes like the medicine takes away some like sickness that you had, you know, and that's also a miracle to do by medicine. Or God, it just gives you a miracle of something, or somebody changed your life because they started loving you and being there for you, you know, like everything. It doesn't have to be nothing crazy in order to be something beautiful. And yeah, that's how it basically started. But sadly, since I moved so much and I didn't have the space or the things to like, or the people to start doing it, I put it on the side for a little bit. And also I was like in a little cave because I was trying to stay away from the public eye, like I said before. So I had to wait, but now I am here and I'm trying to be obedient, and I'm trying to make this space, and I'm trying to, you know, like generate this little this channel of faith and hope, really. That's basically what I'm trying to do. And how I came to think that it was gonna be a good idea to have people send me their stories is because I listened to a Spanish podcast. Like it's like a paranormal podcast, and what they do is they have people send their stories to them as well. And I was like, oh, what a great idea. Their podcast is called Insomnio. And yeah, I was like, what a great idea. I could do that too. And I will have a lot more reach than just doing the interview, since I can't do it because I'm in Spain and I don't know. I mean, I know more people now, but when I first got here, I didn't know much people. So yeah, I was like, this is a great idea. I think I'm just gonna do this. And it's been good. I started the podcast with like stories that people have told me from a long time ago. And also like the ones that people have sent. Thank you so much. I appreciate your story so much, and please send more. And yeah, that's how Echoes of Carmen happened. That's how the format happened too. I was inspired by other people that is doing this as well. It wasn't just my idea. And yeah, like, to be honest, I don't want this to be so much about me. I do want it to be about me making echoes with the stories of others, so others can have their voice known, or just the stories known. You can be anonymous as you know. Yeah, I just want to create a space of faith and hope, and of people just having a voice and having someone to tell their life stories, because it's just something that really makes me happy. Because I feel that so many people, so many times, they just wanted to share something, you know, and they can do it sometimes with the people in their surroundings, because there are people who are gonna be like, you're right, or you know, people are just like very rude or mean, or they just can't relate because they've never even like maybe suffered, or maybe they just haven't gone through hard things, or maybe they did and they got better. So sometimes other people don't get happy, but I think I'll always will with the good news of other people. So yes, that's about Echoes of Carmen. I want to share your stories, and I want to give them echoes. That's how it is. I want to create echoes of faith and hope. I want to create echoes of your voices. And I thought this is the best way for me to do it. It was something beautiful. That I think it's a beautiful call, to be honest. It's something that I do enjoy doing so much. And I'm trying to think what else I could say. I felt like it went a little longer on the Spanish version, just because, you know, I was talking, I'm doing freestyle, so basically it's not, it's a little different. But yeah, that's how it happened. Send me your stories. I hope you trust me. I hope you get to trust me more now with your stories, now that you're having the introduction about me and a little bit about me, because seriously, I don't want to make this about me. I want this to make it about everybody, not just me, everybody. And around, I think maybe this week or the next one, I have a little surprise. I'm gonna be posting pictures of a little cape that has traveled with me everywhere. It's gone to every country that I've been, and it's not a protagonist, and I think it needs to be the main character for a little bit, because why not? It's something that I had maybe 10 years ago, since 10 years ago, and it's gone with me everywhere. So maybe 11 years, I think, since 11 years ago. Yeah, it's a little cape that my mom made me. I'll get more into the intro, but it's so cool. You'll see more once I post it. And maybe for next week's episode, we can try sending stories about how you were break free from witchcraft or generational curses. And that would be kind of maybe like a good motivation to give people to some of their stories, you know, like giving them like a subject, and then when whoever that had stories like that, to send them. What's up, Lito? Whoever that has stories like that, to send them over, and it will be amazing. I think that will be a little bit easier for everybody, including myself, and giving you guys the subject ahead, and having stories sent about that. But yeah, maybe that will be next weekend. And I just want to say simply thank you for all of the time and all of the attention that you guys give me, and all of the support as well. If you want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and like and comment as well. If you want to know more about me, go ahead and also ask questions. Follow me on Instagram if you want, you know, 𝒂𝒓𝒅𝒐𝒏 for everything. And oh, another one thing. Okay, so yeah, I remember. Another reason why I did it on English and Spanish was because a lot of the times I find very good podcasts, but they're not on English or in Spanish. So sometimes I can share it with the people that I want to share it, and I'm like, man, that sucks. So that was one of the main reasons. I put the name on English because I know that the people that speak Spanish usually knows how to read or write on English, even if they don't speak it. But I know that the people that only speak English, a lot of the times they can't write in Spanish, or like they get more confused with it. So I try to make it easier for everybody. And just have the names in English, because why not? I mean, it was easier for me and it was easier for everybody, I think so. Just to have it in one single name. And yeah, one single name and in English. That was the best option because everybody speaks Spanish and English. I don't know, that's what I thought. But yeah, go ahead and subscribe, and then like and comment if you want. And also, send your stories. I hope you guys had a beautiful beginning of the week. And you guys also have a beautiful ending of the week or weekend. And I will be seeing you guys next week. Thank you so much for everything. Blessings, blessings. Bye, guys. Bye, YouTube.